If I wrap myself up in self-love. Hi everyone, welcome back to Venus Autistic. How are you? So today I'm going to share some of my anxiety hacks with you. So whether you're autistic or not, I feel that these could benefit you. So yeah, let's get into this. Before I share some of my tips, I have to let you know that I'm not a psychiatrist, a psychologist, or a therapist of any sort or description. I'm just letting you know what works for me, and my advice should not be an alternative for professional advice. Okay? Great. So, let's unpack. Let's go back. Poetry. Yeah, so anxiety has been a feature, an unwelcome visitor, a squatter in my life for as long as I can remember, from childhood to the present day. It's sometimes got the better of me. It's sometimes got the better of me. But I have learnt ways and techniques that help me to soothe my anxiety. So let's share some of these tips. Before I do, I would like to welcome you to subscribe to my channel. It's absolutely free, of course. You won't get any messages saying, "Hi, my name is Venus. Welcome to my channel. You can get 10%. I'm not like that. I'm a nobody. Although, hopefully one day I will become a somebody. But yeah, subscribe. So, quite often when you're autistic, you will experience anxiety. Unless you are autistic and a psychopath. Psychopaths really don't have any fear of anything other than losing control. But I'm not a psychopath. I'm the opposite. I'm an empath. And empaths who are autistic... Where am I going with this? Yeah, empaths who are autistic really need to cool down, calm down, become zen. Because we have hormones in our body that just go absolutely crazy. Things like cortisol, adrenaline, those are the things that are my nemesis. I know that they were good for you at one point when we were living in caves and we were some animals' dinner, but we don't really need those just now unless we're in a busy road and there's a car coming. Your anxiety hormones tell you not to step in front of the car. That's what they're there for. But sometimes they can impede in our lives and we need to find a way to reduce those hormones. So let's get going. Yeah, this has been a very long intro, but I shall begin. So, again, quite often when you're autistic, you have a heightened sense of your senses, I guess. So those are your sight, sound, taste, smell and touch. Now I found that if you use whatever one of those that you have that's your most heightened, you can use it to your advantage. So something that you really like. For instance, my strongest sense is my sense of smell. So I use that as an anchor. I have this here. Now this, I've done this in one of my other videos, but I'm going to repeat it again because there might be some people that have not seen it yet. Now, I get very offended, very anxious, very stressed if I'm in a surrounding that doesn't smell good. If I walk into a building and it doesn't smell good, or I feel scared of it almost, I'll go into my pocket, take this out, take a deep sniff of it, because these are natural perfume oils. And because I relate this to being at home and to being safe, I can smell this, think of being home, think of the safety, and at the same time be somewhere else and have that sense of safety. And also it blocks out all the other sensory overload, so I can just really switch off within that moment and yeah, just really reduce my anxiety. So I use this for my sense of smell. I'll link this in the description. These are not sponsored, by the way. It's just I thought to use natural oils would be best, because if you start sniffing things like, well, things you're not supposed to smell, then it's not very good for you at all and it's not healthy. So these are natural oils, so that's what I use. If also, like me, your sight is something that you can use to your benefit, I really like to look at really beautiful, bright, vibrant colours. So I would look at some of my makeup palettes, because that really brings me comfort and zen and really brings me back to the moment. If you really like touching things, you could use whatever you like to touch. For instance, I like to touch a makeup brush because it's nice and soft. It's a bit of a stim for me. Or you could use things that have a nice texture also. I mean, You might like nice smooth things like glass to touch that really bring you some sensory comfort. Yeah, so whatever you like to touch, as long as it's legal, do that as well. Taste, you could use that as a way of reducing your anxiety, although if that gets to be a habit, you will soon find yourself something else that you have a problem with, like weight. I've got that problem. So if you want to have a sugar-free sweet or a bit of fruit or something that you like the taste of, do that. And of course, sound. I really switch off with music. My favourite song right now is a new release by Heather Small. It's called Love Me or Not, I think. It's a glorious song and it talks all about self-love and accepting who you are and being able to move on. I could do a whole other video about that, but I won't. This is for anxiety hacks only. Or you could just listen to nothing, put in some earplugs and just sit and take nice deep breaths and do absolutely nothing, just to really promote calm within yourself. So those are that's my first set of techniques. Number 2, if you're really worried about something, do talk it over with someone, but don't do it face to face, because I find that quite intimidating and that can sometimes make you feel worse. So if you're able to, get outside and do some side-by-side walking, because you're not face to face, you're in nature, hopefully it's quiet, and yeah, it's less intimidating rather than having that face to face, and you don't have to worry about things like eye contact. I know that there's a lot of autistic people that struggle with making eye contact. I do sometimes. My third tip, change your mindset. Just change your mindset. If you're going to tell me that you've tried absolutely everything to help with your anxiety, it's likely that you're lying. Because you can't, say that you're someone that's my age in their 30s. You can't come and say to me, I've tried everything. You can't have. Are you trying to tell me you've not tried all the hobbies that you like to do? Or made plans that you want to do for travel? Have you done volunteering? Have you made plans to do something that's going to contribute to society or this community? No, you're not. It's impossible. Just change your mindset rather than thinking, no, nothing's going to help me. I'm beyond help. That can't be true. So if you open your mind to things and change your mindset, like I said, that definitely helps. Not for 1 minute that I'm saying or trying to diminish your anxious feelings. I'm not. All I'm trying to say is there's always other options out there. Look for doors to knock on. Look for opportunities that might be out there for you, just to distract yourself. And like I just touched on a moment ago, do some stimming, whether it's playing with your nails, playing with your hair, playing with brushes, playing with sensory toys, or chewing on sensory toys. Do all that. And my 5th one. Now, this is my final tip for the day. You might be pleased to know, or you might not be pleased to know. Do let me in the comments. And also let me know in the comments if you have any other anxiety hacks. That would be fantastic, because I really want to create a good community here so we can share things. Box breathing. Now, box breathing is a way to regulate your oxygen and CO2 levels, because if you get to this stage and you're anxious and you're feeling like you're hyperventilating, you can take in way too much oxygen, and that's going to make you feel lightheaded and dizzy, and you can fall over, and that's dangerous, of course. So we need to regulate our breathing, and the way that we can do this is with box breathing. I'll do a demo of it. Sorry, fix my top. Do you like my top? I thought it was quite appropriate for this video. So basically it's, you breathe in through the nose for 4, you hold for 4, breathe out through your mouth for 4, then hold for 4, and repeat until you feel okay. So I'll do a demo for you. So and if you get into that cycle of doing that, you'll really feel yourself begin to relax. Also, just one bonus tip. Always remember that when you have an anxious feelings, I promise they will pass. They won't last forever. I know that it is deeply traumatizing when you're feeling anxious or you've got that continual undercurrent of anxiety all through the day, but as I've suggested with these tips, they may help you to reduce your anxiety. They may not. I would like to know if you're going to try some of these and you come back to me and say whether they've worked or not. Because they work for me, they might work for you, they might not work for you. Like I said, the repetition here, I'm just trying to cover myself, really. And yeah, those are my tips of reducing your levels of anxiety, because we do live in a bit of a crazy world right now. And yeah, when we're feeling anxious, it's our body's way of trying to say, you need to seek calm, you need to seek solace, you need to switch off for a bit. We really need to concentrate on our self-care when we're autistic, and when we're not on the spectrum as well. We all need to practice good self-care, whether that's in the form of one of these tips or anything else that you would like to share with me. Please comment below. Thank you. If you've enjoyed this video and found it insightful or useful, please give me a thumbs up. That would really help my channel. And yeah, I shall leave that video for now. So take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, keep shining, and I'll see you next week. Subscribe!